Right.
All right, let's hear what he has. Let's hear what his
Guy's
defense
about
is.
to drive through the red light and kill that person. Your wife can testify to what you said, because even though it's technically hearsay, it's an exception because it's the event living through the person.
Are you going somewhere with this?
Yeah, no, right?
It's being dramatic.
He's like the
And
public
you know-
defender in My Cousin Vinny. I'm doing better.
Jury.
And Senator Dirksen recorded a series of lectures that my parents had on a record. And we still know what records are, right? On the thing you put the needle down on and you play.
Okay, shut up.
Yeah, we
And
Suck.
Can somebody
Here's little
storm the
Bruce.
building just to take him out of there?
Just don't actually do it, though.
Don't actually
That's
do
not-
it. Just,
In Minecraft,
just
do it.
spitballs.
voice that just oozes belief and sincerity.
What is he talking
Must have been a phenomenal United States senator.
Like, what is
He
this?
doesn't.
I don't call this debate.
He doesn't
No,
talk about.
no. When your anecdote is longer than your argument, you're a crappy lawyer. It's like this guy stepped us through a cosmic space hole of unfunny, uninteresting, and untalented.
You could do that. They're just men and women
His
like
suit
you
hasn't
are.
been tailored.
Assessors. And one thing I have discovered, whether it be Democrats or Republicans,
There's no way this guy has ever had a conversation with Donald Trump. There's no way he held President Donald Trump's attention.
Donald Trump's like tweeting,
Yeah,
okay,
hold on.
whatever.
Yeah, totally
Yeah.
paying attention.
Mr. Trump, what are you doing? I'm tweeting how much this conversation sucks.
I heard Trump's on Gab now.
You get on anything to get away from this guy. This sounds like a guy who would be
they
teaching Sunday school right before he
absolutely
touches
feel
me.
that connection of pride, being erudite. The men and women
no.
Okay,
Not
that's-
the
Yeah.
we
studio.
send from
Yeah,
back
man.
home.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
I don't know why you're storming.
Yeah. Let's burn this motherfucker down.
Storm has arrived.
Yeah, watch that pole.
I'm surprised. Shouldn't you be in a holding cell?
Yeah. Not an
Just so
erection
you know,
or
this was
insurrection.
not planned.
And
This is how
something bad.
boring
I mean, that's how
Trump's
my-
defense
I know, right?
attorneys are.
Trying to dress it up a little until he gets to the point.
I mean, we're not storming right now. Just take a break.
No, just
grab a
we'll
sandwich
storm
out
later.
Yeah.
Yeah, out in the lobby. Good.
Just make sure you refresh your rub-on tattoos.
Yeah, it looks real though. Is that raccoon
That's pretty
or
good.
Is this guy still talking?
Tells us is the topic of the day.
That's
Okay,
one.
finally, the topic
let's
of
get to the
today.
topic
There
of
we
the day.
go.
Here we go. That was a long lead-in.
So senators are patriots.
Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! Stop it!
Represent. And
All right,
I don't know.
everybody
Drink for that. I guess-
Everybody drink. It's the only one going to make it through.
I already drunk all my beer. All my liquid poison.
That's fair.
That hurts.
I deserve to be fat shamed. I made the mistake of doing a strength cycle where I was putting on weight and then blowing out my knee, so they had to put me on immune steroids that just 240.
You're looking sexy, man.
I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
man. You're looking thick and
I'd
massive,
be interested in you guys too
drunk.
if you did some squats. All right, please tell me this guy's giving some. Listen, we took a risk in broadcast. We knew that this could be really boring. Let's see, this is the guy who's supposed to be defending Donald Trump. If nothing else, listen, Donald Trump should be held accountable for hiring morons.
Yeah, well, that's true.
All right, let's hear him.
is partisanship.
Point.
Promo code is fight like hell because look, that's what everybody has to do out here.
Yeah.
Look, I think if nothing else, this makes it very clear that you expect the next guy to fight like hell. This is President Trump's lawyer, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
This guy isn't even slapping like a bitch, let alone fighting like hell.
Yeah. Well, and I mean,
This guy would get his ass kicked at an 8th grade girls' slumber party.
well, and this, I believe this was not his first choice for representation here. I really think that a U.S. senator should be up defending him right now, but none of them really have the balls to get up and say
Ted Cruz.
The thing about U.S.
I don't know if he
senators
would.
is they're patriots.
first.
And
Patriots
all
first,
right,
okay.
okay. Why don't you tell
My
us more
senator.
there, Eric, Mr.
Yeah.
Eric Metaxas?
Well, I mean,
okay, let's see.
Republicanism, the
All right,
form of
Lumberg,
government,
what do you got?
republicanism. Countries that lasted for less time that I don't know about off the top of my head. but
Then why mention
Each one
it,
of
you
them.
dipshit? Shut up!
vacuum creates
Look behind you. That's your 15 minutes. Can someone get a Muppet cane and pull him off by the neck?
I thought you were going to say, look behind you, that's Patrick Leahy dying of old age.
Wasting away.
Let it never be said that I'm not bipartisan, because I would throw eggs at this guy if I had them.
Yeah.
if we're really
Dead
going
inside.
to use pre-revolutionary history in Great Britain, the ability to have free and robust debate, free and
hell was
robust
that?
political speech.
You just pulled a small whale?
He did.
I saw a headline, Representative so-and-so seeks to walk back comments about, I forget what it was, something that bothered her.
Oh my God. I saw
was
something,
devastated when I
Representative
saw it.
so-and-so walk back something about, I don't remember what it was. What value do you provide as a human being to your fellow man?
Almost none right now.
The government takes action against her. I have no problem going into court and defending her right to say those things, even though
Well,
I
that's
don't
pretty
agree
clever, looking for your next job, because I don't think you'll be
Yeah,
at this
right.
post for too long.
My life's done.
I don't know that they stick it up your pee-pee hole.
I feel like someone jammed something up my
they?
pee hole
I
right
don't
now.
I think it's got to. That's
my
the whole
wife
point.
would.
It's like the
want
old
me to know
Chinese,
this.
the old Chinese torture where they would stick glass rods up and go like, "Oh, that hurts! Smash, 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 smash with hammer."
We break it.
That's
Don't
what this
worry.
guy's doing right now.
Yeah.
What I am saying is Bruce Castor Jr.'s speech feels similar to if a Chinese military war leader jammed a rod of glass up my urethra and smashed it with a hammer.
Specifically.
You might consider that. And if we go down the road that my very worthy adversary here, Mr. Raskin, asks you to go down,
Dumbass.
the floodgates will open. I was
Oh
going
my
to
God! It's one thing to have a pause for dramatic effect,
Yeah.
and it's another just to be like, where was I going here?
Yeah. I wish we
Did
had
I leave
TiVo
the
for this so
dryer
we
on?
could
I wish I'd
fast
have
forward
written
the
down, I
pauses.
wish I'd have written down bullet points instead of my Trader Joe's list. Son of a bitch.
You know, until
There they are.
the impeachment of Bill
I've seen
Clinton,
live, non-sped up photosynthesis time lapses that were faster moving than this.
150 years old,
That's just his style,
not
man.
a single
He's
person
slow.
alive had lived
He's
through a presidential
methodical.
impeachment. An ultimate safety valve, the last thing that happens, the most
You.
treatment. And a session where this body is sitting as a court of impeachment.
I'm so sorry.
Among the most
Look,
rare
to all the
things.
Trump cultists out there who think that we're... No, listen, I want Donald Trump to have a better defense
Yeah.
than this guy.
Yeah.
It's not
Crying
somebody who
out
goes
loud.
that this should be the most.
Y'all are terrible.
I'm sorry.
Severe thing.
I'm
the
sorry.
page
I
here,
sleep with
turn
my
the
eyes
page.
open.
I feel like this is Joe Biden and he just gets stopped right in the middle of a sentence. What'd you say?
When the pendulum swings, perhaps the next person that gets impeached and is sent here for you to consider is Eric Holder during Fast and Furious,
Yeah.
the Attorney General of the United States, or any other person that the other party considers to be avowed
Give
abilities.
specifics.
And
Look, this is why Donald Trump said fight like hell. Because Republicans, conservatives, don't. I'm sorry. The other people came out and they condemned Donald Trump's character. They made condemnations of his supporters. They got personal right away. They got dirty right away. And this guy is not only not fighting dirty, he doesn't need to fight dirty, but he needs to fight concentrated, at least targeted with an effort. Use specific names here. Use specific examples. Connect
Yeah.
with the American people. Understand that this is all taking place in the court of public opinion. It's not a real trial. We know that, right? We've talked about that. And this guy maybe he's under some delusion that they actually want unity and he's trying to play nicely.
Yeah.
They're accusing your guy of a crime punishable by death. Do you understand that? Where's the urgency, sir? That's why Donald Trump says fight like hell, because of pussies like you. I can't believe this guy
Yeah.
has a job.
Well, in a court of law, this may be fine to a judge. You may be making a salient point that needs to be made. But for public opinion, that's why you need a senator up there, somebody who understands how to talk to the people and refute an argument.
No, this
Not
man,
a
I
lawyer.
guarantee you, is a crappy litigator.
Well, it could be that too. I don't know. But he doesn't get to
Half
this
Asian
position
Bill
of power
Richmond
by
could
being
litigate
terrible.
circles around this guy.
Probably.
And he would be like, huh? Is that an oval?
There he goes.
Interesting thing about polygons. It's not interesting, and I don't like you. Nothing you say is interesting. Shut up and leave now.
Checks notes, finds nothing interesting
I
about polygons.
wish his hair dye was running down his Muppet jawline, because at least we'd have something to pay attention to. Saying that this is worse than watching paint dry would be an insult, in fact, to paint that is drying.
Let me tell me.
Come on, bring on! Don't you come on! Bring on someone who can bring some heat here. There's plenty to work with. Someone needs to come in and go, hey, that guy was a part of the collusion with Russia, and he accused Donald Trump of being so. Hey, there's the bitch who said she wanted to impeach him before he had even held office. Hey, look, there's the asshole who was sending dick pics to everyone on the Lower East Side. Hey. You sure you want to go forward with this? That's what someone needs to do coming out here. By the way, isn't it interesting that you use constitutional arguments? Really, you took it out of context and then cited some trans male who wrote some opinion piece and then cited a tweet. Do you guys really want to have this conversation right now? Hey, how about this? I dare you guys to bring this into a criminal court because he's a private citizen. Let's have a motion for discovery and see what kind of evidence we have on you guys, right? You wouldn't even want us to see what's in your iPhone cloud picture storage.
Right.
Someone needs to come in here and put up a damn fight.
Yeah.
He's this far from going, Chuck Schumer, staring contest. You always win.
Chucky.
You might have seen that we wrote that in the answer. It might have been a little legalistic or legalese for the newspaper to opine on very much, but there is some significance. The House managers, clever fellows that they are, they cast a broad net. They need to get 67 of you to agree they're right. And that's a good strategy. I would
That is actually
use the
more
same
entertaining.
strategy. So that's why it's flawed. It's flawed in other ways too, and my colleagues will explain that.
Hopefully better than you.
Why don't you send out one of them?
Yeah, let's talk to them then. Yes.
Send out one of the colleagues. Anybody.
Wait.
So why think that they won't know how to do it in 2024 if they want to? Or is that what the fear is? Is the fear that the people in 2024, in fact, will want to change and will want to go back to Donald Trump and not the current occupant of the White House, President Biden? Because all these other times,
That's actually a good point.
Yeah.
It's a good point because think about it. We had 8 years of Barack Obama where average American wages, I think we can bring this up, average American wages went up $1,000 in 8 years. Then in the first 3 years of Donald Trump, the average American income went up $5,000. We had record low unemployment. So there were 8 years of Barack Obama. People experienced it. Donald Trump for 3 years. Then there was COVID, of course, which was a pandemic that was largely exaggerated and exacerbated by Democrat policies and really global government policies. And then they're going to have Joe Biden, who eliminated more jobs than anyone in his first week of the presidency. And here's the thing, Americans are going to be able to go, hold on a second. Now we've got 16 years, right? 12 of them were complete, absolute, utter shit. And 3 of them were record prosperity. They're going to have a contrast.
Yeah.
And Democrats don't want that. They'd rather have another Republican who they can tar and feather however they want, and some new person, right? And be like, well, what you don't know about X candidate, I sound like him right now because I don't know who that candidate. It's not in the past, it's in the future. That's where it's appropriate to say I don't know the exact name. If it's in the past and you're presenting your legal case, you should know the name. Whereas people who don't really care that much about politics, the average American, maybe the AFL-CIO, maybe the Carpenters Union, maybe the people who work in pipelines, maybe the people who work in coal, maybe the people who saw their wages go up are going to say, what? There were 3 years where things were going pretty well for us.
Yeah.
What was different? You know what? I'm going to go with that guy. They do not want the possibility of Donald Trump to run again.
Yeah.
And not only that, they also, again, they want to send this message because if there's someone who is Trump-like, someone who's in the school of Trump, someone who is not a Washington insider, they want to be able to say, look, this person is he's just the incarnate of Donald Trump. You really want that? That was a president who we impeached. This is all designed to send a message to you. This is not a government for the people, by the people, representing the people in many cases. And they don't want you out there. Maybe there's that little ember of a fire saying, hey, you know what? Maybe I should run. Maybe if a reality star can do it, if people who don't have experience in an industry, really, and that's what it is, an industry, government, where you can gain experience nowhere else and it becomes this vicious, incestuous cycle, maybe there's an ember telling you want to run. And they want to say, look, we are going to destroy your life. We are going to find everything you've ever tweeted, everything you've ever posted, everything you've ever said. We will ruin you. And even if you didn't do it, guess what? We're going to make it up, like Russia collusion, like pissing on Russian prostitutes, like all kinds of business corruption that never actually occurred. And even if we can't make that stick, then we are going to impeach you by saying that you incited violence when you said let your voice be heard patriotically and peacefully. This is meant to be a public execution, not to scare Republicans, but to scare you from ever trying to create a government representative of the people. Who is that? You. Do you really think Nancy Pelosi represents you? Do you really think Chuck Schumer represents you? It's ironic that the billionaire playboy who was in Home Alone 2 had his thumb to the pulse of the American people more than anyone in Washington, D.C., because that's how out of touch they are with the American reality. Everything that is happening right now is designed to intimidate you. That 70 plus million Americans, they want you all to be afraid. And against that, you have to fight like hell, or you will not have a country anymore. Do not allow yourself to be intimidated. Do not allow yourself to be silenced. If you think you can run for office, run for office. Everyone in Florida, run for dog catcher for all I care, because DeSantis is going to create some new law where then Facebook and Twitter can't ban you. They can be fined at $100,000 a day. Here's what they want you to think. You're alone. You're not. There's over 70 million of you, and they can't stop us all. And I don't mean a violent insurrection. I mean making your voices heard and letting these people know that you are not afraid. This is a public execution. Don't let it scare you.
That was beautiful.
Watch Good Morning Mug Club live every Monday through Thursday at 10:15 Eastern.